Oh, hey guys! Oh man, what a start to 2022. Well, other than me needing a haircut. That's like here 3-4 weeks when I go home. Definitely need one. But man, 2022 just started. I mean, it's February now. But holy fuck. World's already trying to go crazy. Completely crazy. It's like every year since 21, it's like a challenge. Like, let's get crazier each year. Because, what could possibly go wrong? But really, that's not the topic of this video. This video is really about this truck. This will be a full 12 months in this Freightliner. So I figured I'd make a video about it. Give it like a TLDR about what happened with the truck. The plans are, what's gonna go wrong. Dude kept staring up at me, so I was talking. I was like, dude, no, I'm not talking to myself. Well, I mean, I kind of am, but I mean, the cat's here, so is it really by myself? He's over there fondling himself on the passenger seat. But so this truck will hit. Well, this truck has a. Right now, I'm making the video about 2 days early. Truck sitting at 151,953. When I turn this strip in, my full 12 months will be over. So I figured I'd do this while I'm feel rested and not full brain wandering like I normally do at the end of my shift. And also since there's some daylight, even though I have an idling truck next to me, got a reefer running. Surprised this Kenworth long hood over here isn't idling either. But I still got, so by the time I turn this strip in, I will be sitting at 153,594. So that's a fucking shit ton of miles for 12 months. That is not me like padding numbers. That is all dispatch runs, very little. I've had a few, like a handful of long deadheads, meaning more than a couple hundred miles. It's probably more than a lot of megas, but so, I mean, it's probably like 20-30 loads throughout the year. So I mean they're paid miles, so the shit's still the same. Dude came out with 2 coffees and breakfast. I'm about to go do that too myself in this video. So I should have done the math of 153 divided by 12. Somebody will do it for me. Somebody will do it. Put it in the comment. I'm gonna guess it's like over 13,000 miles. I think 13,000. I know 12 is 144. So, oh yeah, I can do math. I can do math. As the camera doesn't focus. So got this truck February 2nd. I got it February 1st. I didn't do anything. I was packing the truck up, and then I slept that day. So I headed up on February 2nd. So February 2nd was my first dispatch load. That was the first time I went out, left the yard, got it, with the trailer, and went and got a load. This is one of these. This will be one of the rare videos that actually gets a thumbnail. So I mean, I haven't decided which one I'll use yet, but there's a few good ones. March 21. Yeah, I was like, what fucking year was that? Yeah, 21. 12 months, right? 8,500 miles. Like, it started off slow, a little slow. Truck went down. I was like, what the fuck? I just got this thing. 8,500 miles went down. What was it? Simple fix. It was all it was the air sensor in the back. I had full tanks of air, full first or primary and secondary. That's the words I was looking for. And it was screaming at me like I was on low air, like I had no air, and it was really annoying. Anybody knows a Freightliner just knows it screams at you. It's stupid. Like, I understand, it's meant to grab your attention because you like when you're losing air and that low air comes on, especially if you're driving down a highway, you have seconds to get off the fucking road. Especially if it's dumping like that. But no, I had full air, so just was a sensor went bad. Don't ask me how. Hasn't happened since. I mean, it's possible. QA misses shit. I mean, I'm not going to complain about any fix that happens if it never happens again. So, you know, that's always the outcome you want. Now, I'm not going to remember mileage for every single one because there's been a few issues. A few. I'll remember a month more, like more likely. I'll definitely remember months. So in June, the seat, literally what I'm sitting on, you know, the butt cushion, it seems that it based off the dealership. When I went home, I just dealt with it until I went home, even though it was not likely safe, but you know, it was missing a screw. So what was going on was the only thing was keeping it to the metal base was glue and the slide. So meaning like the glue kept, well, the screw was supposed to be there, but it would be glued on the slide. That way, you know, you have a secondary failsafe. So as soon as that glue worn out from all the vibrations and stuff, because I mean it's glue. I mean it's not like super glue. Nor is it like some JB Welch shit. It looked like wood glue. Like, I don't know. Like, it was just glue. Some shitty like Elmer style glue. Nothing great. So all the vibrations, you know, the road just stretched it out and broke it down. And then that gave way, and eventually the vibrations made it would no longer stay on the slide. Like, yeah, I could push it back on the slide, push it all the way back, within fucking an hour it was right back off. So pretty much if I tried turning, the seat would, well, if I tried hard enough, the seat would literally do this. Like, here's the seat. It would try to tilt me. So I mean, I had to be very careful. I got out of the truck. I got really good about sliding and making sure I always put my hand down as I was sliding out. I had to be careful about getting into the truck too. Same thing, or turning and twisting and getting into the sleeper, because it'd be the reverse. They'd try to throw me out of the seat. I started making a joke saying it's like, anybody seen the Fast and Furious movie? This was literally ejectocito. Literally. There was one time I had to brake hard and it tried to make me eat the steering wheel because it slid with me. Yeah, it was really annoying. I just dealt with it because it was like, time is money, you know, stupid. Like, if I know they just need a screw, I would have literally stopped anywhere. But also, I'm not exactly a big fat ass, you know. I can't just, gravity is not in my favor to help keep it down. And then I got that fixed in October. Yeah, I dealt with it a while. I dealt with it for a while. I might be off by a month. It was like, I know it was at least 3 months that I had it. It was really annoying. Okay, I'm not gonna pop the hood. Like, I planned on doing it. I was like, man, never mind. Okay, so in October, I mean, I did all my normal maintenance, right? I mean, this truck technically has 7.5 MPG, 75,000 miles for oil change, or 70,000 miles. I'm not doing that, not even close. I'm doing 50,000, which is still high, but I mean, it's, as long as you're doing it religiously, it's, I mean, Tex haven't said anything about it, so I'm not too worried. Oil look is fine. They haven't, like I said, like if something was going on with the truck, like if it's like too thick, it's shavings in it, you know, it was extra dirty, there's other things mixing it, they would have told me. So I mean, honestly, 50,000. I mean, that's not me saying, like, that's not JCT. That's not me saying 75,000. 70,000 well too. So that's why I do it 50. It is a manufacturer, and if they're recommending it based off their like, I mean, oil intervals are starting to go up and up and up. I mean, my new car with full synthetic is like, mine's a 2017, and it's what was it? Did I recommend like 12 to 15, something like that? So I mean, and I know some cars out here brand new 2025. It's like, goddamn. I mean, that's all based off MPG too, and how hard you stress the engine. So I mean, this, I guess, I don't know, maybe 70,000. I don't know. Like, I did, I don't know, like, based off how I run it, but it's a lot of downtime to be going in every 2.5 months. It's like, not to mention, it's like $1,500 a pop for just an oil change, just the basic stuff. So it's like, if it doesn't need to do that, I mean, if it was an older truck, I would probably do it more often, like, especially as things are breaking down. But honestly, if I start to use more oil, why not just replace the fucking gaskets and the seals? Like, do it right instead of fucking going every 2.5 months. This dude must be homeless or something. I don't know. Like, maybe not. I don't know. It'd be a little odd if I flipped the camera around like some other YouTubers I've seen do. But he's got my attention, which tells you a lot right there. Alright, so I do, like I said, I do pretty much all the basic pinions, oil change, all the filters, every 50,000 miles. I rotate tires too, extra rotate 50,000 miles. So I mean, there's more in there, but it's like, you get the point, right? So in October, I had to, my coolant reservoir, like, I guess something happened between the coolant reservoir and the sensor, where both got replaced. Like, that was that one of the video where I broke down, mayday, you know, and down we go. That was in Florida. It was barely leaking. It was literally a drop. So I'm thinking air got into it. Like, it had a crack or something around the sensor. Because all the reservoir is plastic. I mean, it can only handle so much stress. So, I mean, I'm not going to be getting angry over it. It didn't cost me nothing, just downtime. Well, okay, now it did cost me shit. It don't cost me hotel costs. That shit sucked. Like, that was a week. Because I went in there, I was like, hey, you know, I'm pretty sure I got a leak somewhere. And all I did was hook it up to the computer. And yeah, I guess that truck was trying to code for the turbo, which, I mean, that was a sensor too, but I mean, I didn't know. It was running fine, but it had nothing to do with the coolant sensor in the reservoir. But they fucking fixed that, replaced the sensor, let me go, and then immediately 20 miles down the road, it wouldn't fucking happen again. I had to waste a whole another day to get in there. Then it took like 2 days and it was fixed. So it's like, I literally lost a week from that. That was bullshit. Because I also lose pretty much a day of running, guaranteed, because I'm an overnight guy, and well, the world doesn't revolve around nights, because, you know, I think dealerships should be 24 hours. That is something, like, especially for trucking, they should be 24 hours. At least in the major, like, areas, like it is ridiculous. I understand, like, that would require a lot higher than a lot of people, but it's like, you got, especially right now. Like, right now I can understand it should be 24 hours, because the yard gets full, but after this whole shit gets fixed, like, not this truck, but this whole world kind of shortage in parts and everything starts normalizing again, they should go 25 hours. Especially in things where things have to keep moving. That would help with downtime, dude. Downtime being so long, isn't dude waiting on parts to get there. I mean, in a normal world, right? It's them waiting to get the truck in. Do you know how much fucking faster shit you get the truck in? Even if you have to do with 2 different techs, it is as simple as noting, like keeping a log what one tech did, and when the other one comes in, goes to touch the truck, looks at the log, and keeps the fucking log going, you know? It's not fucking hard. Like, bam, I just solved the fucking problem. Like, it is not rocket science. You can have more than one tech work on a truck, different times, and yet still know what's going on. Many other fields do this. I mean, our dispatchers do that. They have day crew, overnight crew, and the weekend crew. They keep logs, although they don't always follow the logs or even read the motherfucker, so I don't fucking know, you know. I mean, if people did their job, things would be a lot simpler. But now I'm getting sidetracked. I'm trying to keep to a point more on the videos, but we all know my mind's like squirrel, you know. So okay, so got that fixed. That was running. Truck running great. Fucking November. By the way, I was between home time and this getting fixed in October. I ran 7,800 miles, and I only ran for 15 days. Or 16 days. So that tells you right there that I run this truck pretty damn hard. Like, I do run this truck hard. I will admit that. So I'm not going to complain too much about this truck. It's the small minor issues this has. I mean, they're all just minor. Those are minor. Like, there is far bigger issues I could have in this truck that I will gladly not take. Like, I would gladly take any of that over blowing a tire, for example. Especially since this has a super singles on it. Until I finance it. which that's coming up in the end of the video. So 14. I ran like 14.7 in November. I was fucking busy. 14. I ran 30,000 miles in just in November and December combined. Tells you right there I was fucking busy. That is at 70 miles an hour, by the way. That's all I can do. So yeah, I was. You can easily go look at the weeks. I don't remember how many weeks. I think it's like 10 and 30,000 miles. That means I don't know. I might have been 9. Either way, it was at least 3,000 miles every week, including with this. I also broke down in December for 4 days, and then most of that wasn't due to the waiting on parts. Again, it was just I was up in Yakima and they were slammed. They have a tiny lot right now. But side note, so anybody knows the Yakima dealership for Freightliner, they bought that whole lot. So it's just going to take them a couple of years for them to get all the other businesses out, do the contracts, and then their fucking lot quadruples. Like it is going to be amazing over there. They're very excited. But yeah, so I got a hotel. Luckily I broke down 10 miles, 10 minutes. I was literally 10 minutes. I was leaving Yakima. I was climbing out of Yakima. So I was going up to Snoqualmie. And I could drive the truck back. I didn't have to get towed like the first one in October. I drove the truck to the dealership, to the hotel. Then it derated. I mean, it only derated 25%, so 55 miles an hour, whatever. I mean, I was not heavy. It was only 25,000 pounds, so I could deal with 55 for a bit if I had to. But I mean, 10 minutes away, I mean, you can't complain about that. And you could drive yourself to the fucking dealership. So I got a hotel room, and then I went in, that morning, because, it's overnight. So it was 3 o'clock in the morning, so I just waited around for 4 hours, 5 hours. And there were lots back. They told me to just take it back to the hotel and check in, bring it in next morning, and they should have room for it. But just the truck, I was like, okay, I can do that. But that was 4 days. Only 4 days because, it was 3, because it was day to get it in, day to diagnose it, because they said they always diagnose it. It was a simple fix. The 4th day already started for me, because overnight, so I mean, I'm always a little bit behind. So I just said, fuck it, I'll stay here, get a load, tomorrow night. Besides, it was weather anyways. I couldn't get the fuck out of the state. That was the same time with those 2 weeks where the state kept going. Kept getting slammed over and over and over again. The roads go open, close, open, close. Between Snoqualmie and Cabbage, I wasn't fucking going anywhere. So, I'm not going down I-5. You can't pay me enough for this company to go down I-5 at all from Washington out to California. I turn down loads. I rarely turn down loads. So that's right now, basically, because they're not percentage. Nope, I am not paying any of that fuel costs. You can fuck right off. Because that is ridiculous. That'd be at least one fill. Especially since a lot of those loads go from SoCal up to, Washington. No thanks. But that's really all the issues the truck's had. I mean, there's been a couple hiccups with the transmission where it's an auto, which isn't like an automatic like in the car. It's a manual, it's just an auto. It has a clutch that's automated. And I don't do any slip thing. Technically it's all automatic, if you think about it does everything for me. But it's still a manual that's just an automated manual. It's still got a clutch, it still shifts gears. You'll notice, especially if you're a car, or you're in a normal car, truck, whatever, and you're sitting next to a semi, for example like this, and you both are sitting at a red light and you both go, you'll see the truck literally shifting gears. Even though the driver's not doing anything, you'll see the truck going through the gears. So there's delay in this truck, but your car won't. There's the difference. Automatic, automated. There's the difference, which I had to learn that too. But the more you know. So, I mean, honestly, 153.5. It's really 153.6. It's 153.594 by the time I turn this trip in, because this trip turns in on the 2nd. Which, whatever. I'm not gonna fault this truck at all for any of these minor issues that it's had. Most of our loads are heavy, It's very rare and below 30,000. Like, it's 30,000 seems to be not even the average. The average seems to be more like 37, 38. And I know a lot of this year I've been more heavy than that, which I don't mind being heavy. I don't mind. This truck is a working truck. It's designed to work. It's designed to work under a load. Max load, meaning 40,000 pounds. Everything in this truck is designed for 40,000 pounds. It's a working truck. It understands it's gonna go through fucking hell pretty much sometimes. Fun fact, everything in this truck works better than when it's under 40,000 pounds. Or when it's 40,000 pounds, right? So it's grossed out. Brakes work better, suspension works better. Yeah, this truck does stop pretty fast. Those people that tell you, oh, you need 2 football fields to fucking stop fully loaded. Maybe in the older trucks, you know, like, but this truck, no. If I need to come to an emergency stop, and I'm slamming on the brake, well, for one, Jake's come on. Like, okay, semi dry roads. Like, if it's like even rain's not. Yeah, rain adds a little bit, but it's not that much, especially when you're that heavy. Snow, no, not really snow. Ice, yes, icy. Okay, fine. But assuming normal conditions, we're not talking about some fucking shit on the road, right? Not even, it wouldn't even be a quarter of a mile. It's less than that. Like, it'd probably be closer to 400 or 500 feet. I've had to do from fucking 70 to, you know, dead still. I come over a hill and immediately have to stop. Like, this shit like that. Like, so if I really have to stop, now if it's less than 300 feet, no, I'm kissing your ass. Because, I mean, don't do that. I do need like 500-600 feet. But I mean, so pretty much, take that perspective. It's like, I call them reflector posts. They're not reflector posts. It's like delineator or whatever the fuck. I always forget the word because I don't use that word. It is reflector posts. I don't care about the post. I care about the reflection. That's why the reflector post to me. But from post to post is 100 feet. So I just use 6 of those, really. Maybe 7, 8. It also depends, like, too. Like, it does matter. Like, for example, this truck has disc brakes, so that helps too. That does help. Like I said, it depends on the truck, but a lot of the newer trucks, there's some that come standard with disc brakes. Disc brakes are fucking amazing. Most of our trailers have disc brakes, but there's some older ones that have drums. Like, this one's fucking drum. This one's an old piece of shit that doesn't want to pull behind me straight. So I hate this trailer. I really do. But all right, so I keep getting distracted. Sorry. You know. Now, I mentioned something about financing this truck. So currently, right now, I am saving about $500 a week. I'm hoping here around November, October, November, so later this year, financing this truck. The reason why I'm not doing it now, well, other than I'm saving up cash, is I'm trying to get this balance down low enough. So yeah, this whole pandemic thing actually ended up working out in my favor with the whole getting a truck. I mean, granted, this truck, if I finance it, it's gonna have a little bit more miles than I would like, but at least I've been the only owner of this truck. That I can be at least deal with. When I've only been a truck for 2 years, but I was an owner up before I got into this, so I do understand some things. I could already finance this truck now if I did what I'm doing now last year, but what I was doing last year was I just had the money in the wrong spot. I had the money just in the wrong spot, and also, you know, just bad timing on some things. I'm also, this mileage you're seeing on this truck will not be replicated in the next 12 months. Why? Just simply, I'm gonna start going home more often. 2 to 3 weeks at a time. I can afford it. How? Well, I'm saving money. Okay. Pretty much what I'm doing. When my maintenance is not capped, like it is now, because when my maintenance is not capped, I put 15 cents in. So I pretty much put 15% of my pay, pretty much. Even though we got a small pay increase. 15 cents. Okay. So that means I do about 15 to 2,000, a little bit more sometimes, depending, you know, 14. I mean, do 15 cents at 14.7, and you'll see what I mean. You know, 14,700 miles. That's what I'm saying. You'll see. So I just want to say 15 to 2,000 average, because I mean, already with less than a month, I put in $1,500 into my savings. separate savings. Like, it's not like me. Like, I actually have money too underneath me. It's like separate savings in its own account. Like, it's like I don't know. Like, I had 3 accounts: one for business, one for the taxes, one for me. So it's going into the business one. I'm not touching that. But so when the maintenance is capped, I just take that 15 cents and move it over into the business. We did just get a 7-cent increase, so I'm probably going to take that 7 cents also, which is like an extra like a 7 to 10 grand, depending on, you know, how much I'm running. It's probably average 8,000 a year. Just move that over. I don't need it. I didn't need it all last year. You know, why not just put it there? It's like, whatever. It's like an extra $500 to $700 a month. So might as well throw it over, right? Instead of being $2,000, might as well make it $2,500 a month. Pretty good, you know. Fuck at $5 grand every 2 months. All right. So that also means, like, for example, when I'm going home here in like honestly, it's probably gonna be more closer to 3 weeks. The truck's going to the dealership, which means there's gonna be a temporary pause at about end of March, because it takes them about a full 3 to 4 weeks for it to catch up with them, and then they do all the billing. Like, they pay them, and then they charge me for it. So it takes about a full, 3 to 4 weeks after I come out, or after it's done. I mean, so maintenance will be charged. I'm projecting probably about. It's not gonna have as much work this time. I'm gonna have them redo the fucking alignment since they fucked it up. Like, I don't know how you fucking alignment up. Like, they literally reversed it. I said it, like, the steering wheel is tilted to the right a little too much. I said, you need to center it. Now it's fucking tilted to the left even more, much worse. I literally always now countersteering more than countersteering more now than I was before they got the alignment. Which, this is far worse. It being off to the left is by far worse than it being off to the right. Especially when you hold the wheel, like, well, most of my steering is from the left. I do most of it from the left. Any truckers are gonna tell you they drive with 2 hands on the wheel at all fucking times. Either they got an old piece of shit truck with a steering wheel does this, bounces non-stop, or like, honestly, if I'm, well, you feel like you need 2 hands on the wheel at all times. But modern trucks, their steering wheels don't fucking shake like that non-stop. Well, unless you're, have leaf springs, then it'll be more bouncy. Like, I have airbags in the front. I mean, and that does soak up most of the vibrations the steering wheel gets. Most. I'm not looking at adding another bag up there at some point. There's some things I want to do with this truck on finance. This video's getting long. I'll probably make up 2 videos here. But I'm trying to hurry to sum this up. So the financing thing, right? Whenever I'm charged, I'm thinking it's gonna probably be about $2,500 for this shit coming up here next, right? So that means a month to a month and a half at most. I'll have to pause my savings, which is fine, to recap my maintenance, and then restart, throwing money into savings, which I'm okay with that. That's the way I'm doing it, right? I'm literally using my maintenance plus that extra 7 cents increase. The 7 cents is always going in there. That's always going in there. But the maintenance is going back and forth. It's going, whenever I use a maintenance account and it's charged, about a month later, everything goes back in there, like it's automatic, and then it gets capped off, and then immediately goes right back to, well, I'll get that on my paycheck, but I'm doing the fucking, I'm rounding up, so I end up putting a little bit more in than it really is, but, I mean, whatever. But that's how I'm looking at financing this truck. I'm just trying to get the balance down because I've already been quoted. Downside is, I've already been quoted with 25% down, and pretty much as long as I don't have any collections, they'll fucking, anybody will finance it pretty much. I rather would put like 10,000 down, 10%, but we'll see. I'll try to revisit it. A lot of it depends on my credit, which, whatever. I mean, my credit will be fucking great by then. So I'm not too worried about it, but that's how I'm gonna finance this truck. I've already paid off over 12 months over 40 grand on this truck. Now it's not gonna be it's gonna be quite a bit less because I'm gonna be putting about 22 to 26,000 less miles this year on this truck, which is great, fucking great. But that also means 22 to 26,000 less income. Not $1,000. I mean miles that I'm paid off on. So I'm gonna sacrifice a little bit more this year for putting money aside, but I mean, I need to also start having a life. Like, last time I was home in October, but how long I was on the road was 5 months, and I'm almost on the road for October, November, December, January, February. It's gonna be 4. It's gonna be 4 and some change, because I went home in October first week, so it's gonna be at least 4 months and some change. It's probably gonna be after the 14th. So I'm gonna start going home every quarter, at least every 3.5 months, probably 2 to 3 weeks, which equals about a week a month, which I just fucking deserve it. I deserve it. I fucking ran hard enough this year to put myself in that position. I don't mind it. Like, I could do it if I need to, but honestly, if I'm gonna run that hard, I don't want to fucking do it for this. I'm not saying like I got myself in this situation. Okay, I understand that. I'm just saying like I'll wait to run myself that hard, temporary, and I won't do it like full year, but like temporary, like November, December, running 30,000 miles, on a percentage. Like, I will fucking take full advantage of those rates, and during like Christmas, yeah. Unless I gotta go home due to like family, or family making, whatever, both sides. But I'm at the point now, I need to start having a life. Well, when I say life, it really means just go sit at home all fucking day and just relax. That's what I mean, because going outside, overrated. Why the fuck would I want to spend all this time out here in the world, in the country, just to go home and spend all the home time out in my town? Why? What? Fuck that. I'm gonna go hide. I'm gonna go be a hermit in my house, I'm gonna go tell the world to fuck off and shut my black record and be like, it doesn't exist. Those were good days. I don't know. That's how I have fun. Like, I like to stay home. To me, honestly, I could just stay home gaming and just fine. Especially now, my bills would be paid. If I really need to, that's what I was gonna mention. Okay, so how am I gonna afford going home for 2 to 3 weeks? And I sell this truck payment. That's the only downside. Now, luckily, the way JCT does this, I don't actually have a truck payment per se. Like, if I go home, their truck payment is based on miles. So if I go home and I run 0 miles for that week, there is no truck payment. However, though, there is a $300 payment. That's the insurance. That's the plates. You still pay that shit. You still pay the small stuff. That's $300 a week. I can make that up in a week and a half at most and be just fucking fine. I can make that up in a week and just have myself no money, which, okay, fine, I don't care. That's a trade-off worth it in me. If you're telling me in any job field, right, like fast food, CNA, hospitality, nursing, etc., doesn't matter. If you can go on for 2 to 3 weeks and it only took you a week and a half to make up all that money back and get yourself back on neutral field while you still have savings underneath you, you want to do that? If you say no, you're full of shit. And that's what it comes out to. But that's pretty much, like I said, there's not really much to add to this video because this truck's been fine. I'm not saying better. I'm not saying great, better, or nothing, because every time I fucking said that, something's happened. Truck's trying to show me up every time I've done that. That's what happened in December. I was like, yeah, the truck's running. And then, bam, next week. So no, I'm not saying those words. So far, that's working out great. Because, like I said, by the time you see this video, it'll be February 2nd, but I'm recording it about a week actually not a week early, because then I'd be doing to have this load, but it's only a couple days early. So hey, you guys, remember the motto of the Night Runners. Any traffic's too much traffic. You guys stay safe out there. Catch you next time. Bye!